read y'all some shit. Hey, I've been reading this book. I found this book at one of them little libraries. You know, them little tiny house statues that be having books in them. You're supposed to drop one off or pick one up. I found this book, y'all. The Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. Let me read this. It's his autobiography. Let me read some shit from it for y'all. All right. So at this point in bro life, he 19 years old. All right, peep this. By the way, I don't know if you pronounce this Xhosa, but I think that's how you pronounce it. I think you're supposed to click when you pronounce it. But Xhosa, that's his tribe, right? It says, though it was a mostly Xhosa institution, there were also students from different tribes. After schooling on the weekend, students from the same tribe kept together. Even the members of various Xhosa tribes would gravitate together, such as the Amampodo with Amampodo and so on. So meaning even tribes within tribes, they was definitely clicked up even within the cliques. I adhere to the same pattern, but it was in Helltown that I made my first Soto speaking friend, Zachariah. I remember feeling quite bold at having a friend who was not a Xhosa. All right. Then he started talking about his zoology teacher, Mr. Frank, and he was also Soto speaking. He said, what amazed us most about Mr. Frank was his marriage to a Xhosa girl from Umtata. Marriages between tribes were extremely unusual. Until then, I had never known of anyone who married outside of his tribe. We had been taught that such unions were taboo. But seeing Mr. Frank and his wife began to undermine my parochialism and loosen the hold of tribalism that still imprisoned me, I began to sense my identity as an African and not just as a Timbu or even as a Xhosa. Hold on, let me put this book up so I can walk and talk with y'all. Hold on. All right, so y'all seen the thumbnail, right? Y'all see the sign that I'm carrying on with that says, well, maybe if y'all not able to read it, let me tell y'all what it says. It says, "Attention whites, donate reparations here." And then it has my email, which is connected to my Venmo, and it has my Cash App. Hit the Cash App. No, but seriously though, feel free to, you know, bless a young black brother. But at any rate, I'm bringing this up because what I did yesterday was I spent time outside of the location. I spent time. I spent time um, outside of the South Side location. It's crazy. The DNC took place in both areas that's historically black. The South Side and the West Side. They didn't have that shit downtown at all. They had that shit on the South Side by the low end. And the particular part of the low end in question is known as Bronzeville. As far as Bronzeville is concerned, it's called that because, and I think we are the first city that named their neighborhood Bronzeville because they got a Bronzeville somewhere in New York, and I think they definitely got Bronzevilles in other cities. But I think Chicago had the first Bronzeville. But at any rate, that's where all of the black people were originally restricted to when they came through the Great Migration. Emphasis on migration, right? The thing is, when it comes to being right there at the low end, 26 and King Drive, there's a statue right there called the, it is called the, oh, by the way, you see what my shirt say? My shirt say, Chicago Chingon. My shirt say Chicago Chingon. And I wore this yesterday when I was outside with my sign. Now listen, let me tell y'all this though. It's a statue right there on 25th where they had it all blocked off and shit. I wish I was able to get close up on it, but I couldn't. But it's when the DNC is over, y'all go check it out. It's on 25th and King Drive. And King Drive, of course, is named after Martin Luther King Jr. Right? Also, things down there named after black famous people. The Ida B. Wells housing projects used to be on the low end. And this other shit with the name of Ida B. Wells on there. Let me tell y'all what's important about Ida B. Wells. Ida B. Wells is from Memphis. Well, she was from Memphis. Obviously, she passed away. But anyway, Ida B. Wells is from Memphis. And when she was in the South, she witnessed a lot of crimes against humanity, against our black people. She witnessed people being very harmful in the most egregious way known to man, which is lynching. Because they wasn't just killing our people, they was killing them in the inhumane way, and they left their bodies to hang for everybody to see. Now, trust and believe I'm going somewhere with this. This all has to do with what's her name, Sister Harris. This has to do with reparations and immigration and all of that shit. Because what Ida B. Wells did when she was trying to escape the white people who was trying to literally kill her because she was a journalist and she was exposing motherfuckers. She was telling motherfuckers what them white people was doing. She was writing it in newspapers and sending that shit nationwide. People all over the country, and eventually the world was finding out what these white people was doing to our people. And so they was trying to stop her from speaking. So you know what they did? They tried to kill her. So she left Memphis and came here to Chicago. And when she came here to Chicago, her main thing was telling other black people from the South to migrate to Chicago, right? And hey, I don't have anything, my sister, but I speak life. Speak of which, you know what I'm saying? And for real, my heart goes out to our brothers and sisters out here. They out here in the street. Your boy ain't been working in a year. I've been unemployed for basically a whole year. And I ain't paid rent in a whole year. Watch my other video. And as far as me not paying rent in a whole year, my lease is up. They not finna renew my lease, and I didn't pay their ass for a year. So I speak life, protection, and prosperity, but the whole time motherfuckers is knocking on homelessness door. And I've been homeless before, bars. But at any rate, and that has what I'm saying has to do with all of that shit too. The poverty that we collectively face as black people. This shit is real ugly, you feel me? But at any rate, going back to speaking about the yesterday, the first day of the DNC and shit. So I'm down there, right, with my sign. You know, people came up to me. By the way, one person, for example, who came up to me, gave me this pen, actually gave me a bunch of pens that say earn the black vote. And yeah, motherfuckers do gotta earn our vote. We gonna get to it. We gonna talk about it. All right, so look. When I was down there at the DNC, or I was right outside where they had everything boarded up and gated up and shit. People came up to me, talked to me, etc., etc., and they basically just kind of came and went. But it was a group of people, and I need everybody who's watching this to understand. If y'all see me in any footage with some motherfucking old niggas that's Trump supporters, I'm finna explain to y'all right now how the fuck that may have seemed to have happened, I should say. I'm standing there with my sign, right? And a bunch of people come up with some hand-drawn signs that say shit about reparations as well, right? But my sign, as y'all can see, is like made the way it's made. Theirs was just like they made that shit on the fly, which is nothing wrong with that. But my main reason for bringing that shit up is because they was not with me. and they basically was on their own thing. But when I saw them coming up, I didn't know what they was on. My energy was like, oh, some black people talking about reparations. They on the same type of time I'm on, and they finna join me. Now, gratefully enough, regardless of if they was on good time or demon time, my battery had died, and even one of the people who pulled up, they had gave me a charger for my battery so I could keep playing music and shit. Cause they was like, yeah, your vibe is attracting people. You know, everybody see I had my shirt off and everything was looking all kind of delicious and delectable, etc., etc. Let me just sit right here for a second. Oh damn, I hope this shit ain't flipping like crazy. But anyway, hold on. But anyway, um, oh no, excuse me. Um, so I saw a lady pull up. She had a shirt that said Haiti, but a hat that said America First. The America First should have been a dead giveaway, but I didn't see that right away. In fact, I think she may have came later. Because see, that's the other thing, is a bunch of people started like, she was like, you know, we got more people coming. We got more people coming, right? So I saw a big ass lady coming. Excuse me for describing her like that, but she came through with a fucking shirt. I mean, she had a big ass sign around her neck, hanging off her neck, that said Illinois will flip red. And I was just like, bitch. I was just like, but then I thought about it. I was like, okay, Adonis, you gotta assume the best of people. You gotta lead with love, etc., etc. So I'm like, maybe what she talking about could mean something different than what I think it means. But the only main reason I thought that was because of all the rest of the shit that they had on their shit, talking about reparations and talking about anti-police brutality, which is crazy as hell for them niggas to be pro-Trump and then still like and once again, I promise you, I did not know any of this shit until motherfuckers started to record. They went live, and they went live on two different cameras. And when the big lady with the Illinois will flip red shit, when she came through and started talking, I already start gathering my shit. Like once my battery died, that was a sign that I already need to move around. But then, like when I saw more people coming, I was like, I could stay for a little while, but I still was like, get your shit ready so that like once you've had enough, you could like instantly get on this bus, because the bus stop was right across the street. But anyway, and by the way, when I left, when I finally did move around, even though the bus stop was right across the street, I went even further down, like two bus stops down, just because I was like, I'm not trying to even look at these niggas while I'm waiting on the bus. Y'all last tweaked. But anyway, my thing is, when it comes to like unity and all of that shit, and we gonna get to that, that's kind of like where I was thinking. That's where my head was. But boy, man, was I wrong. They was not on the shit that I was on. And basically, um, the lady said some shit literally about how Trump was gonna save us or Trump had the answers for us or some dumbass shit. And I was just like, oh yeah, I gotta get the fuck on. And I was already, it was perfect because like once she starts saying all the dumbest shit she was saying, like if y'all observing, if y'all looking, or if they got me on camera, y'all should see that I was instantly already packing my shit. So it was perfect. Once they started saying dumber and dumber shit, I start packing my shit, right? So I'm packing my shit, and I'm like, damn, G, what's to motherfuckers? I feel like I love our black people, but we have to stop being so damn desperate. And I feel like in different ways we're experiencing oh shit, that's what I should do. Take this Wi-Fi off. Perfect. That should probably help my shit. My shit probably was glitching up, y'all. I hope it wasn't. But anyway, um, so yeah, man, white people gotta stop being desperate. Like, If you're that damn desperate that you're, and it is desperation on all sides, on all ends. The way people was desperate to just hang on to Kanye, how black people was desperate to, motherfuckers still saying free R. Kelly, all type of shit. Like, I know we want to like protect ourselves and shit, but the energy don't even be the same because we a lot of times the situations be ready to be at each other's throats for the dumbest shit, which I'm gonna get to soon. Now look, motherfucker, if you're out here on some anti non-American black shit, like you're against any black person, if you're an African American that's against non-American blacks, you're goofy as fuck. Cause like I said, Ida B. Wells was literally a migrant, even though she was a migrant within the states. I'm finna tell y'all how shit went down with the black people who was already living here. When she told black people to come up to Chicago, the black people that got their footing like quickly and they start making money. When more of the country black people start to come up here, they didn't want them up here, just like they didn't want the fucking Venezuelans up here. And I'm finna tell y'all, if you live in Chicago, if you live in Detroit, if you live in Minneapolis, if you live in any of them non-southern states, you're a migrant. You are a descendant of a migrant, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if you don't want to hear that shit. You are. And that's what the fuck Ida B. Wells was saying. She was like, how dare y'all not accept our black people coming up here from the South? Like what the fuck do y'all mean, y'all anti-country niggas? Like all of us at some point was country niggas or descended from country niggas. Like all the black people from fucking Louisiana and Mississippi and shit, they are who we descend from. Wasn't no black. In fact, this fucking city we live in was founded by a black immigrant, bro. Why are y'all tweaking like that? John Baptiste Point du Sable, that was a black French speaking Haitian. Are y'all dumb or what? Now, like I was fucking saying, G, when I went to Minnesota, they treated my black ass that same way. They was telling me that the reason Minnesota was fucked up was because of black people from Chicago. They was saying the same shit to black people from East Africa. So it's crazy that the black people in Minnesota that was American was beefing with the black people from East Africa and they was getting treated the fucking same. Like people didn't want them there. Are y'all dumb or what? Anyway, going further to this whole pseudo black power, let's talk about black power. The term black power was started by Stokely Carmichael, also known as Kwame Ture. He was not American. He was an immigrant. You feel me? Also, the red, black, and green. Garvey. Garvey was Jamaican. Are y'all dumb or what? We all descend from immigrants, migrants in some way, shape, or form. Our movements was led by a lot of people that was immigrants, migrants in some shape or form. Stop being a fucking dumbass, man. You hear what I'm talking about, man? Now, um, the reason people like me had to leave Chicago and go to Minnesota, and I'm gonna have to I've been trying to get out of Chicago for a year straight, so far, damn near. I'm gonna have to leave Chicago, it seemed like, because of the capitalism and colonialism that affects us all, but affects black people the worst. You feel me? So I had to leave in 2015 and go to Minnesota for poverty reasons, trying to avoid, you feel me, homelessness, etc., etc. And while I'm at it, speaking of poverty, your boy got only a link card. I barely be having money. So when I need food, I be going to GCFD. If y'all ever need food, y'all should look up GCFD and go to GCFD and get y'all some free food. Listen, if y'all need any proof that them niggas from Venezuela are black just like us, if you go out there to them GCFD locations, I've seen some of the blackest, and let me stop using the N word. I love my people, but I'm just using it just so y'all can know. When y'all see them and they open their mouth and speak Spanish, a lot of times they'll start speaking Spanish to me because that's they see, you feel me? People that look like me, people that look darker than me, super dark black people that speak Spanish. Are y'all dumb or what? You feel me? Another thing about black people speaking Spanish. I remember having this dumbass coworker. I forgot his name. He was a piece of shit. One of the worst coworkers I've had at any job. This dude was a Mexican or whatever. And I tried to explain to his stupid ass that Big Papi Ortiz is black. He's like, no, he's not black, man. He's not black, man. What do you mean, man? He's Hispanic, man. I'm like, he's a black Hispanic. Are you dumb or what, boy? And he's like, no, he's not, man. One of the darkest skinned motherfuckers you will ever see in your life. Big Papi Ortiz, G. I don't give a fuck if his name is Papi or Ortiz. That's a black ass man. And I be seeing people at the GCFD locations that look just like that and even blacker, boy. So, like, stop playing. All right. You wanna know something else? I was the other day watching uh this video about this dude, Lil Bill. It was decent. Shout out to the leftist Negroes, uh, Franklin Delano signifier, lefty sympathizer, Nebula, Babila Nebula, whatever the fuck. Join Nebula and ground news, booty breath ass. Nah, but anyway, I was watching the video that bro and them had recently about black culture and Asian culture. And let me tell y'all, trick question, fun fact pop quiz. Where does capoeira originate from? If you said Brazil, you wrong. It originates from Angola. That's in Africa. That part of Africa, specifically Angola, the DRC, which has a lot of crazy shit going on right now. Shout out to our black brothers and sisters in the DRC and in Angola, but especially in the DRC. They out there struggling and hustling, my boy. So let me tell y'all, when it comes to um, that particular martial art form and the black people that live in various parts of the world today, and all of the different, you know what I'm saying, pieces of technology that, that rely on coltan. Like, you see this guy got a fucking Tesla behind me or whatever. Fuck Elon Musk, by the way. Elon Musk is a piece of dog shit, and he's the reason why people are suffering in the DRC right now. They finessing them people, but at any damn rate, all that shit descends from that part of Africa. And if you have a problem with Africa, then you should have a problem with using your goddamn phone. You should have a problem with, you know what I'm saying? Any of them martial art forms that I just mentioned, or anything for that matter. Any of the shit that come from our people. 50% of the black people who descend from the diaspora descend from that part of Africa, the DRC and Angola. Yet you got sucker motherfuckers that's out here trying to tell black people to be divided because some black people that's not from America, etc., etc. Now let me tell y'all something else. Y'all know that island that white people are not welcomed at? That island where when white people pull up, they instantly start spearing their ass? Y'all know where that country is located? If you said Africa, let me tell y'all, it's actually India. It's called North Sentinel Island. It's an island in India. You heard me? And by the way, for the motherfuckers saying any of these con artist motherfuckers like Tariq Nasheed, who was at first talking about, hidden colors and shit, and how black people exist from all parts of the world, and where we descend from, and how we are all one blood, etc., etc. Now he talking on some strictly America first shit, damn near on some Trump shit. He a bitch. And if you listening to him or got any of that rhetoric going on, you a bitch too. But anyway, um, meanwhile, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let's go back to, before I say what I was about to say, let's go back to that Mandela quote, right? So it's a lot of goofies that say that black people sold our own people into slavery. First of all, dumbass, if it wasn't clear from the quote, a lot of black people were so divided based on tribalism and thinking that they next door neighbor was a totally different person to them, even though they both black as hell. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you got the Berlin Conference where all the white people came together, recognized they was white, and said, we finna split the whole world amongst ourselves. Now, if it's not clear by this point, I don't give a fuck about nothing you heard at this point because all them motherfuckers is wrong for sending y'all off, but y'all are wrong for listening to that dumbass shit. Y'all are wrong for allowing y'all brains to be so goddamn mushed that a motherfucker can come along and say anything to y'all ass, and y'all like, yup, I'm gonna go ahead and forget everything that I know and not even try to learn about why the people who obviously don't got our best interests at heart should not be listened to at all. You know what I'm saying? These fake ass con artists that's talking about FBA and ADOS and shit, these motherfuckers just came on the scene to stir up shit, stir up drama, and that shit is not helping nobody. Are you dumb or what? Nah, trust and believe. I understand that as black people that's from America, we got our own personal problems. And we've been suffering from certain shit that other people can't even imagine because, you know what I'm saying? For example, I had a neighbor come up to me and ask me, was I Ghanaian? I told him I don't know because I don't. And I have been trying to figure out how to get my shit tested and see what tribe and all that shit I come from. But at the end of the day, I know I'm black. He know I'm black. So anybody trying to stir up drama is a fucking goofy. Stop listening to that shit. We supposed to stick together because we got way too much against ourselves. Nah, talking about ADOS, more like APOS. Fuck y'all. But anyway, uh, Kamala Harris is black. Big Papi Ortiz is black. Drake is black. Logic, I don't know about that one. I'll get back to y'all on that one. But my point is, I'm at least self-aware to know that even despite my differences with a lot of different black people, I know what black is, I know what black isn't, and most importantly, I know what's in our best interest, which is us sticking together. So, what the fuck else I was finna say? Anyway, man, it's black people here in Chicago, it's black people in the South, it's black people in the DRC, it's black people in Venezuela, it's black people in Palestine. Free all the guys, man. Stop tripping, stop acting like a goofy, stop pretending that what I'm saying is hard to get. And oh yeah, let's see. So who am I voting for? Once again, y'all see this pin on my shit say earn the black vote. Now, you know I'm not voting for Trump. That's out of there. But the last time I voted was this year for the housing initiative, which lost by 8% because I got motherfuckers like my cousin and others that just got they mind all fucked up. And now I'm starting to realize I just gotta keep my distance from people because a lot of people is not worth my time. I'm not gonna be against you though, because once again, as black people, we all need each other. We all need each other's help. But at the same time, we gotta learn how to do some shit ourselves. And what I mean by that is stop being so desperate to be a part of a community where the community is not serving you. So if you living in a household, you got family, you in a relationship, you got a significant other, you got friends, you in a fraternity, you in a gang, you in any type of shit, you in a political organization, you in any type of shit that's not serving you, you can leave. That don't mean join the ops though. Are you a Crip? No, so you must be a blood thing. See how dumb that sound? Just because I'm not a GD, that don't mean I'm a BD. You feel me? So at the end of the day, them niggas who was holding up all that Trump shit was dumb as fuck. Because at the end of the day, just like my cousin, yeah, man, I don't give a fuck. I'm out here exposing all of y'all. Just like a motherfucker will vote against the housing initiative because he doesn't think it will work, rather than just not voting, because not voting is voting. You're saying, I don't think either of these options are good. Also, you vote with your money. You vote with your time. You vote with your energy. I say this shit all the time, but I'm gonna say it as much as it takes for people to get that through their head. But at any rate, like I said, black people stick together, love each other, hug somebody today, and shit, man. Let me go in this store. I've been walking around on my phone and shit, and I need to buy these motherfucking. I need to buy this motherfucking peroxide or whatever the fuck I'm finna go in this shit and get. But anyway, I love y'all. Y'all take care now.